Good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing today? Am I in the right class? All right. So today we are talking about AI brand messaging and positioning. Okay, that's what Zoom says. So I'm assuming I am in the right call. Always great when I can't decide if I'm in the right call, huh? You know it's going to be a good day. See, that's what I was waiting for Jonathan to do. Like, no, this is your topic. You're good. You're good. All right, so here is our workbook. I know you guys love the workbooks right away. See, I've got you. I've got you. Thank you, Joel. Okay, so what we are going to do today is, like I said, we're going to work on our brand messaging and positioning. Give me 1 second, guys. Sorry. All right. Do you guys see the screen that says clarify what you say, who it's for, and why it matters? Okay. Because we all know Amanda has a tendency to share the wrong screen, occupational hazard, and all that. Okay, so we are going to keep this super beginner friendly. If this is your first week, I am sad to say you will be lost because you will not have all of the previous sections of the brand book that we are working on building. That is okay. Okay, take a breath. You haven't missed anything. All of the classes are available in replays. You'll get a whole list of them later of all the ones for the brand book when we put it all together. But you can also go and look up brand in the replays and find them all there. Now, what our brand messaging actually is it answers the what do you promise, who are you serving, and why should they choose you questions. This works for print on demand. This works for drop shipping. This works for affiliate marketing. This works for AI builds and courses and SaaS products. It works for everything. Okay. Glenda, what book are you talking about when you say what about the book? So I also want to point out that this is not fancy marketing jargon, there we go, or complex frameworks. Okay. This is simple, and this is something that we always want to know when we are building a brand or a business. You need me to drop it again, Glenda? Is that what you're asking? Thank you,
Yes, please.
Isaac.
Yes, please, coach.
Okay, we dropped it again.
Thank you.
So Brand messaging is not about our logo or visual identity. We've already done that. It's not a vibe or an aesthetic. It's not random social media captions. It is the promise that we deliver. It is the who we specifically serve, how and why we are different from others, how you consistently communicate that. And it is ultimately the foundation, the bedrock on which we build all the rest of our marketing. I was not a marketing major in college. I did major in business management. Marketing was not my specialty, but I know I teach you guys this, okay? So, you know what? Isaac, I'm pulling an audible. Where is it? All right, guys, I'm going to pull a quick audible here. Okay. I just dropped a bonus PDF. Now, real quick, we're going to use the workbook. Spent a lot of time, a good 3 minutes making this workbook for you guys. Okay. All the information is in here is correct. I read through it. I went through it all. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch up the game today. Does this work for everyone? Okay. So we are going to go to our handy dandy favorite research tool, NotebookLM. I'm going to go and open up the bonus PDF. Oh, you know what? Wait. Is it? Nope, I gave you guys the wrong PDF. I am so sorry. That was the wrong bonus PDF. That is one that we built some in another class. Hold on. Where is the PDF? I know I downloaded it yesterday. This is the one you guys want. Yes, NotebookLM is free. You can add up to 50 sources in NotebookLM for free. It is part of your Google subscription if you pay for Google. So this is the one that you want. Ignore the first page because this is draft one, but we're going to use it today. I want you guys to go down to the last page in this book. It's okay, Gina. We are going to copy the entire prompt. We're going to copy it. We're going to go into NotebookLM. We're going to create a new notebook. We are going to upload our brand messaging PDF that I gave you guys at the beginning of this class. If you need it again, please drop in the chat and Isaac will send it to you. Now we are going to let this load before we do anything else in this notebook. And guys, I want you to do this with me because this is going to make a very big difference. Yes, I want your brand messaging and positioning workshop PDF uploaded into NotebookLM. Yes, you can, Celine. I know you have multiple screens. And if not, make Zoom small, put me up in the upper like left-hand corner, open up NotebookLM and do it that way. This is an interactive class today. We are changing up all of the things right now. Full audible. I'd say I was bored because I'm allowed to say it even if he isn't. So once it is loaded, and I did have to refresh. Again, Kate, it won't let you download. You're having that issue a lot lately. All right. Now we have that prompt. We copied it from the book. The last page, this custom chat configuration. We selected it, we copied it. In NotebookLM, up at the top in the center window here where it says chat, we have these three sliders that say configure notebook. We are clicking on that. Find your conversational goal, style, or role. We are clicking on custom. We are then going to paste in the 1,411 characters that you just copied. So we are pasting in that whole prompt. Choose your response length. I want you guys to pick whichever one you want. I'm going to go ahead and select shorter. And then we're going to hit save. Now, has everyone done that? No. Okay, I'll wait. Okay, in NotebookLM, we have those three slider bars in chat. Click that to come into configure chat. Yeah, I said the last page. There are not 27 pages in this book. There are 5 in the Infinity Learning Companion book. Not a problem, Midi. Yes, I chose shorter. You can choose default if you want default length answers, or you can choose shorter. Okay, Jewel, what part of the process are you lost on?
Okay, so you say click on the 3 dots. Okay, when I click on you say click on the hamburger.
Yeah, the one with the sliders on it.
Oh, okay. And then I'm clicking what?
Custom.
Custom. Uh-huh.
Then we're going to paste in the prompt.
Oh, wait a minute. Where I get the prompt from?
The prompt comes from the Build Your Infinity AI Learning Companion PDF.
Okay. So it's the whole thing we had to copy?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh-oh. So I did this wrong then. Okay. So what do we have to do first?
First, we
Just to
uploaded the brand
load the file.
messaging.
Okay. I did it backwards. Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. That prompt is one that you can use for any notebooks. So after this class, go through all of the brand replays. and put all of the notebooks in here. Yes, Kate.
Is it like when I download that build your own thing, is it supposed to look like a bunch of weird text?
It shouldn't. It should. I mean, I did mess up the first page on this version that was downloaded, but it should look like this.
No, I just see a bunch of code. Okay, I don't know what's happening. All right. Never mind. I'm the problem child today. Sorry about that.
It's okay. Not a problem, child.
Coach,
Yes.
I didn't get all the PDFs. I got I think it was 5, the first ones, and by the time I went back, the other ones was gone. It was 2 levels.
There's only 2 PDFs. Isaac just dropped them 3 chats above.
Okay, 3 above. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Oh, that is very weird, Kate. You were right. It looks like the PDF just didn't want to render. Yes, Joel.
Okay, so the one when we upload the one that say all brand messaging.
AI brand messaging. Yes.
Okay, so is that the one that we're copying the is that a prompt?
That is not the one we're copying the prompt out of.
We copying from the second one, from the build.
Yes.
Okay.
From the build your infinity.
Okay, got it.
In fact, let me go grab that with the updated cover. So we are taking this prompt from page 5 of the Build Your Infinity AI Learning Companion. Kate, I'll give you the links too. That way you have them, dear. Isaac, here is the better book cover for the upload tomorrow. All right. Told you guys, this is a full Audible moment. I am pulling a Coach Reggie, and I would apologize, but I think you guys are going to like how this one turns out. All right. So once we have this uploaded into NotebookLM, yes, right here under in NotebookLM, we're clicking on this button. Sorry, I'm losing words real quick. We're going to click on this button right here. When I hover over it, it says configure notebook. And then I'm going to click on custom, and I'm going to paste the entire prompt right here. And then I'm going to choose whichever response length I want. I am choosing shorter. And then I'm hitting save. So what this prompt is set up to do is to work with us learning the materials as though we are a peer. So not Coach Amanda teaching you the materials, but Becky teaching you the material over coffee and croissants at Starbucks. I don't know that Starbucks has croissants, but you know, we're going to go with this, okay? We're now at a French Starbucks with croissants and coffee. That is where we are. Now, I want you guys to use this method so you can have an entire NotebookLM here for putting together your brand Bible, for example. That would mean you have to go through and find all of the other brand lessons where we've done this. Pull the workbooks and upload them in here. Hint, hint, Celine. Hint, hint. Because Celine is very focused on her brand Bible right now. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the rest of this book utilizing NotebookLM as well. Okay? So what we're going to end up leaving with is our one sentence brand promise. Who we help and what transformation we deliver. So I'm going to start. I am going to go back to that book very, very briefly. I am going to let NotebookLM guide me through this process. Okay. Which mode do we want to use, guys? Beginner mode, peer mode, or strategic architect? If you guys have followed along this far, you can choose the mode you want in your NotebookLM. I'm going to go ahead and choose mode 2, peer. If you are a beginner, let it walk you through in beginner mode. If you've gone through the first set of brand book classes and we're now polishing what we did last time, go ahead and choose strategic. That is fine too. So it's come back. Awesome, let's get into it. I've been exactly where you are. When I first started, I thought brand messaging meant coming up with a cool logo or a witty slogan. I spent weeks trying to sound like Nike before I made a single sale. The actual first step isn't creative writing. It's about being brutally specific about who you are serving. How many times have you heard this said by any of the coaches? Exactly. All the time. Who are we serving? That is the first thing we always answer. We're never talking to anyone. So you can see right here in paragraph 3, here's how I applied this to finally start moving. I stopped trying to sell gifts for people and I narrowed it down. If I was selling POD mugs, I wouldn't target coffee drinkers. I'd target overworked nurses who need a laugh on their breaks. Suddenly, writing ads became easy because I knew exactly who I was talking to. So, fill in this blank from the workbook right now. I help specific person who struggles with a specific problem. Now, if you have done our brand book exercises up through this, and if you are brand new, you haven't, and that is okay. I want you to go into your brand book and find your target audience. You know what? Do I want to get meta with this? I'm going to show you guys how I would get meta with this. I'm going to open up another NotebookLM. I'm going to go into my brand Bible document here. This is my NotebookLM brand binder. It has my document in it. It has my offers. It has important research. It has my customer research up here. This is ultimately what I want you guys to have for each of your businesses. It even has the link to my website so it can pull the copy of my product pages. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this action step where it says fill in the blank from the workbook right now. I help specific person who struggles with specific problem. I'm going to unselect some sources here. I'm going to grab this. I'm going to select my my brand book, these transcripts, these social ideas, and these 2 documents that I uploaded. And I'm going to fill in what I want it to fill out. So now I can take this sentence, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go back to my brand messaging and positioning workshop notebook, and I'm going to paste this in. I am letting NotebookLM guide me through the process and explain each step. Here's the reality check. Logic makes people think, but emotion makes people act. So I used to try to sell products by listing features. This planner has 50 pages. This course has 4 modules. Yes, Mitzi, because I have a notebook already set up with my brand information in it, I went to that notebook to get the information. And then I took it back to this brand messaging and positioning workshop notebook so that I can continue working on my brand messaging and positioning. So now we need to identify the specific emotional states they're living in right now before they find you. Copy and paste this prompt into your AI tool to get your emotional core list. And it's already filled out the prompt and written it. So now I can copy this. We have the option to decide where we're going to go with this. We go to Google, we can go to Kimi, we can go to DeepSeek, we can go to Claude, we can go to ChatGPT, we can go to Perplexity. We have a lot of options. What I am going to do is we're going to go to Perplexity. I'm going to go ahead and paste it in because I want it to try to identify more current feelings. So I'm going to click on the plus sign. I'm going to click deep research. Nope, that's not what we're going to click. We're going to do plus sign, connectors and sources, and we're going to turn on social because Perplexity has the ability to access Reddit. We're going to go ahead and hit submit. Now I'm going to run this same prompt in Gemini and ChatGPT. We are doing research and never relying on one tool. Just like we never were allowed to rely on one encyclopedia in school. So now I'm going to go and I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to go back to my brand binder. Grab Gemini's. And then I'm going to grab Perplexity. Why would I want to include this information from Perplexity? Can anyone tell me why, just looking at my screen? It is social access, but there's something more specific. Hooks and content. It has their words. Something has to give energy. Burned out by past tools. Organized, on top of it version of me. I'm going to copy this and give this back in here. Their pain points, exactly. And I'm going to give it all straight to NotebookLM and let it synthesize. We're not looking for positive emotions. We want them where they are, not where they want to be. Those positive emotions are what they want. And it's too big. So what I'm going to do, because it's too much, I'm going to cut it. I'm going to go to Google. Orion, I want you to take the following information and synthesize it so that we keep all of the detail, but it's too big for NotebookLM. So go ahead and let's consolidate it so that we have the 7 biggest pain points, or the ones that you, ChatGPT, and Perplexity hold up the same, with the extra logic, please. Especially Perplexity's phrases, because those are pulled straight from Reddit, which we love. All right, let's see if this fits in NotebookLM. Still too big. Hey, it's too long for NotebookLM. Give me a TLDR version, please. All right, now we have our TLDR version. The blue button means we can send it. If it's gray, as you guys saw, that means we can't. Another workaround is we could have uploaded it, but I don't want to mess up my learning document to upload it. So now we have the who and we have the emotions. Now we need to assemble them into our brand promise. Who, your sensitive humans, outcome, the relief alignment, and the differentiator, how you do it. So you're going to want to use poetic license because your emotional list is so beautiful. Don't. Do you see how it is bold? Your brand promise needs to be so clear that a stranger understands it in 5 seconds. Copy and paste this prompt into your AI tool. I've tweaked it to pull in that ghost self concept because it's too good to lose. So now it's given us our prompt and it has all of the information that Chat or Gemini or Kimi or DeepSeek or Claude needs in order to be able to help us with this. So we're going to copy it. We're going to go back. I'm going to use Gemini primarily for this right now. And I'm going to hit enter. So here are 5 options. This is going to be different for your business. Kim, for example, is going to do this for multiple businesses. She will have one for hers and her husband's lawn business. She will have one for her affiliate marketing that she has been doing on Facebook. Celine will have one for her real estate. She will have one for her print on demand. She will have one for what she is doing with AI. Ray and Adriana may have multiple if they are running print on demand or drop shipping, and then they will have one for their supplements. Does that make sense to everyone? Okay. I understand I am calling out specific people that I know are doing specific things, but I want to show you how it applies to everyone and why we're using NotebookLM to walk us through this. I have heard you guys saying, I wish you'd show us more print on demand examples or more drop shipping examples or more affiliate marketing examples. Using NotebookLM is the easiest way for us to be able to customize it for exactly where you are and what you are doing. Okay? It is really hard in the AI classes specifically to be able to meet each and every one of you exactly where you are. This was my solution. And if you don't like this path, please don't forget to let me know in the feedback form. Because if this doesn't work, we'll figure something else out. Maybe I'll build a custom map. I don't know. We'll figure it out though. So I have 5 options right now. I help overwhelmed humans find calm through systems that prioritize your nervous system over rigid productivity. I help sensitive creators reclaim their ghost self using gentle, high-protein systems that reject hustle culture. It feels weird. Like, how can I make a system high-protein unless I'm actually talking about food, but I never talk about food? Like, that just feels weird, doesn't it? I provide exhausted humans permissioned relief through flexible structures that end the cycle of brittle hypervigilance. Okay, I wouldn't use that one because I'm already struggling to say it. So I never get it right and I just confuse people. I help neurodivergent souls achieve sustainable output through humane systems that value alignment over urgency. Or I guide overwhelmed manifestors to draft zero clarity using low demand systems that replace shame with sanctuary. I'm reading them out loud intentionally. Amanda has a speech impediment. I struggle with certain words, as you guys can tell. I cannot say it out loud, then I can't tell it to someone. I am aware of my limit here. So I have to read it out loud to make sure that I can actually say it. Otherwise, it doesn't work, right? It defeats the purpose. So, I think we're going to go personally with this one. But I do like draft 0. Like, I like that visual, but we're going to go with this one. I'm going to take it back to NotebookLM, paste it in here. Take out the number here. And we're letting it refine the brand and tell us our next step. Now we need to make sure that this promise actually cuts through the noise. To do that, we have to look at what everyone else is saying. This is where we find the sea of sameness. You need to identify exactly what the hustle bros and generic productivity gurus are screaming so we can whisper the opposite. So here's our reality check. Copy and paste this prompt into the AI tool to analyze competition. Now, where do we want to go to analyze our competition best? What tool do we have in our arsenal that is a beast at analyzing competition? Pop quiz. Ooh, we got lots of answers. So I see 3 Perplexity, or 2 because Track answered twice. Mitzi says GPT. Tina asks if it's Claude. And then Tarak came back with Manus. I would use Manus. So I'm going to go to Manus. I'm going to go ahead and paste this in. Oh, I copied the wrong thing. Back to our notebook. Copy this. Paste it in. If you do not have Manus, here is a link. You do get 300 credits a day for Manus. Okay? You can connect tools and add skills, including SimilarWeb. Who remembers what SimilarWeb does? It's on the screen. Traffic, exactly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run this, and I'm going to let Manus think and access its terminal and do all of the things that it does. Manus is the best agent we currently have. I did not turn on the SimilarWeb skill right now. I can do that as a follow-up question, which is why we are using Manus, so that we have that ability to follow up in the same chat with our SimilarWeb information. Now, I'm going to give you guys a hint here while Manus is running. When you upload all of your documents, all of your brand book files, like how to build a brand Bible, because that is essentially what I want you to do, you can have one chat where you build your brand Bible. And then right up here, these 3 little dots, we can delete chat history. So build your brand Bible for one brand, then clear it, build it for your next brand. Then clear it, build it for your next brand. in the same notebook because you don't have to save it. You could come over here and export everything if you have your the Cortex plugin or extension from Chrome. You could export your entire chat into a markdown HTML text or PDF so that you don't have to delete it. So you have everything. You can put that into a document if you want it, but you can always come back to it. You don't have to build a whole new Brand Bible walkthrough or Brand Bible workshop notebook every time you want to build a new Brand Bible. So Mitzi, we are building a whole different Bible or whole different notebook for our brand. So what we have here, in fact, if I come through here and I downloaded so we have this notebook. I'm going to go ahead, open this in a new tab. Scroll down here. I'm going to open up the notebooks here. That's our research document. Is that the how-to book? Yeah. Open up this one. Now I am pulling the source files for these because I delete my downloads every week. So I don't still have them saved in my computer. So ultimately what we are going to do, and this one actually goes into our Brand Bible. So this one isn't one that we want in here. So here's our voice of customer research document. This is how to do our voice of customer research. I'm going to export this one. This is how to discover our authentic brand voice. Share, export. I'm going to download this one as a PDF too. Building our visual brand identity. So ultimately what we are going to have, I'm going to upload the files. This one, this one, this one. We will upload each of the files, each of the books to build our Brand Bible. So ultimately you would start with, I want to build a Brand Bible for a new brand. Walk me through. And when we get to that final class, I will show you how to build or put everything together. And we'll use that notebook to help us. But ultimately what we're doing is this becomes an AI brand Brand Bible building workshop. Yes, Mitzi, they were in previous classes. So right now, the previous class list for this looks like this. So if you wish to take a screenshot of this, please do. Yep. So where are we? We are checking on Manus. All right, Manus has come back with our document. Now, NotebookLM does not allow us to paste in an actual document. as we are working through it. So we're going to copy it to give it to NotebookLM, but we're still going to download. Actually, I'm going to copy it to put in here. We're going to put this directly into our Brand Bible too. Oh, that table is bad. I'm never going to read the table. NotebookLM is, but it was just bugging me. I'm sorry. I squirreled. I apologize. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to paste it in. It's too big. What do we do when things are too big? Download. Markdown. Download it. Give it to Gemini. Can you give me a TLDR version of this, please and thank you? Let's see if this fits. It does.
Coach, I wasn't able to get a snapshot of that, what you had put up there for everybody to get a snapshot. Thank you.
Yep, Tina did also put it in chat so that you guys could download it from there.
Oh.
All right. So before we move on, I want to show you a feature that I have not shown you guys before. Over here in the bottom right-hand corner, we have this add note button. Hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, elbow, ribs, stiletto, foot. New note. What is the name of my current brand that I'm working on? So this document right here, this first one we did, this is our who we're serving. I don't know why you're throwing pineapples at me, Francisco. Now this is our brand promise. So I'm going to enter. And I'm going to go brand promise. I'm going to bold it. What is the next thing we wrote? Action step, our gap. Okay, so now this is our gap. The mirror summary is gold. I cannot discipline away a neurological need. It's a mic drop moment. You successfully identify while the hustle bros are screaming, wake up at 4 a.m. You're whispering, work when your brain is actually online. Now I need you to lock in. You have raw material. Lock this down into a boring functional positioning statement. Why? Because Tuesday afternoon, when you're tired and you just want to post something, you will be tempted to share a generic 3 tips for focus post. This statement is your internal BS detector. It stops you from sounding like people you're trying to disrupt. So here's the positioning statement. Here's the template. And here's the draft. Unlike rigid productivity gurus who preach discipline, my brand focuses on interest-led activation and humane rhythms so that neurodivergent souls can sustain output without the shame spiral. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to put it here in my note. I'm going to grab the draft. Put that here in my note. Here are the messaging pillars based on everything that we have gone through so far. Based on your input, your pillars are dynamic rhythms, not routines, dopamine bridges, not willpower, and accommodation as strategy, not excuses. These are my messaging pillars. And right here, because I ran into this literally 2 weeks ago, you're going to feel like a broken record. You will think, I already talked about this last week. Say it again. The algorithms didn't show it to everyone, and the people who did see it need the reminder. Now, copy the positioning statement draft I wrote above or tweak it to be perfect and paste it into a fresh document. Underneath it, list those 3 pillars. This is now your constitution. Do not post anything that violates it. Okay, we have it right here in our note. And we can put our note anywhere else, but we are gathering it right here for now. This is how we can do multiple brands in the same master notebook. Okay, we are using the notebook to guide us through the process. I'm going to ask, is there anything else we need to do for our brand messaging and positioning? Or did we finish that step? So we did our brand promise. We did our positioning statement. We did our messaging pillars. We can go a little bit further. We can get our 5 positioned hooks. In the workshop, these are described as pattern interrupts that stop the scroll. We need to take your deep, empathetic positioning and turn it into short, punchy lines you can use immediately. This strategy is internal. Hooks are external. They get people in the door. Action step. Let's get your pickup lines for your business. Copy and paste this prompt into your AI tool to generate your hooks. Copying the entire prompt. Now, should we go to Gemini, Manus, ChatGPT, or Perplexity? What do you guys think? Only Celine has an opinion? We could use Claude Mitzi, but I haven't used Claude at all this class. So Claude has no context at the moment. I'm seeing 1, 2 perplexities. 1, 2, 3. Geminis and some chats. All right, I'm just gonna use them all because I'm not seeing any exact. There's no clear winner. That's the word I was looking for. We could use Rain. We could use a custom GPT. But we don't need to either. So I got Perplexity here. Chat GPT. Boy, way to go, chat. You didn't even break them down, guys. Let's see if Manus is done. Manus is done. Okay, now I want you to be 100 times critical on all of these hooks and get rid of any that would not stop the scroll or would not get my email open. 100 times critical. You are a world renowned copywriter that has sold and worked for brands like Nike, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. I want to stop the scroll, get rid of anything that doesn't. I want 10 hooks tops. I'm going to copy it and I'm going to give it back over here. And at the same time, I'm going to put it in my note. And I'm going to see if there is anything else I need. So, to answer your question, we are done with the creation phase. Now we just have the cleanup step. We need to do the brand snapshot, the single one-page document that consolidates everything we've built, and it serves as your North Star. You can reference it before writing any email. If you ever hire a VA or writer, you can hand it to them. So open a Google Doc or note on your phone titled Brand Snapshot. Copy and paste the following sections into it. That's what we did over here in the studio when we added our note. We now have our brand snapshot. So now I can copy this. I'm going to save it over here. Mando MC brand snapshot. You see right here, it's saved. I can go back into it. I'm going to go to that Google Doc that we all should have, because we have been adding things to a master Google document for our brand as we have been working through this. If you are new, you don't have one yet. That is okay. I actually already have a page right here with it previously worded. So what I'm going to do is replace my updated information. I will say this again because it is important to be said. Your brand book is a living document. This is not a one and done system. Does that make sense for everyone? Okay. By putting that information, by putting our source documents, in fact, this one doesn't belong in here, into NotebookLM, it lets us walk through that process however frequently we need to. If for some reason we feel like our brand voice has changed or the market has shifted, because guess what? The market's made of people too. And I'm not the same person I was 10 minutes ago, yet alone at the start of this class. It's one of my favorite thought processes from Alice in Wonderland, if you couldn't tell. We are always changing. Changing is literally the only constant. You have to go through, and if you do not focus on updating any other part of your brand guide, you have to go through and update your voice of customer research and your ideal client. We did ideal client in our voice of customer research on the 11th of December and the 1st of January, the 26th of January. Yes, Celine, that is exactly what we did today. So, Mahela, when we talk about our ideal client, you're not going to have an ideal client starting out as detailed as this. I started my ideal client as just a like they were just the mom who was stuck holding all of the things for her family. And then I realized that I was being biased because it's not always mom that does that. So our ideal client evolves as we get to know them more too. And if you were in print on demand, your ideal client may differ based on product. For my drop shippers, your ideal client will differ based on product. Yes, Mahela, you do need to start it. So which silo are you in? Which path are you on? There we go. Print on demand, drop shipping, or affiliate marketing. Okay, print on demand. What is your niche? What kind of products do you typically do? Overwhelmed mom and grandparents. Those are going to be two different ideal clients. And grandma is going to be different than grandpa. So you're going to have three ideal clients. So what I would start with to build an ideal client or a customer avatar is I would start with TJ. TJ, are you on my side here? You are not on my side here. So we get to go to the hub. Community. So we are going to go to Learning, AI Resource Hub. For Infinity, it's under AI Bots. No, it's not. It's under Task Force Assistance. I'm sorry. TJ is going to be part of our creative team. And our deep buyer avatar and analysis. TJ will help walk you through how to build a buyer profile. So use TJ as many times as you guys need to in order to identify your ideal clients. If you have multiple ideal clients, if you are running a traditional drop shipping or print on demand store, you probably will. You're going to have multiple client profiles. In your business binder, in your Google Doc, you will have a tab for each ideal client. Does that make sense? Good. And do we have any questions, comments, or concerns about what we went over in today's class? You guys know I love your feedback and I read absolutely every one of them, as Tina has found out multiple times. So please, guys, give me feedback. Did you like the Audible we pulled during today's class, where I showed you how to take the workbooks and literally go through them utilizing NotebookLM? So you can learn anything you want. Should we do this next week? Because we do not have class tomorrow.
Oh, yes, we should. No one else said anything.
They did in chat, Miss Glenda.
Oh, okay. And I really appreciate you, Coach. You are awesome. I can understand. I really understand you. I really do. Even though well, I always say I'm behind, but you always say you and Margarita says I'm not behind. I'm right where I'm supposed to be, but I feel like I'm behind. So I really appreciate you. I really do.
You are welcome. We're always exactly where we're supposed to be. My 13-year-old is what the school district calls a global learner. So he is just kind of behind everyone else his age is. And we're just like, well, no, we're not going to treat him like he's behind. We're just going to meet him where he's at and help him get to where it is he wants to go. And that all comes down to, what are your goals? What is it
Amen.
you need to be able to achieve what your goal is? You don't need
Amen.
any of the other stuff.
And just keep moving forward.
Yes.
Yes. And I need the questionnaire up for you so that I can
Yep, Isaac will drop it again for you. Yes, Celine, I put all of that right in my STM BTS. Like this is everything we went over today. As you can see, it's all right here. Saved my brand messaging under my STMs and BTS in my Google Doc. I'm going to go ahead and delete this. Actually, I'm acting like you can see it and I'm not sharing my screen right now. But yes, I did save it right there. Any other questions, guys, before we hop off today? Tomorrow, you guys have an implementation day. Plenty of time to work on the homework from yesterday's class. I know I gave you homework yesterday. Did I forget what I taught you yesterday? Hold on. I sent it to Coach Margarita. Yes, it was about repurposing live stream and other content, brain dumps and everything else. So you guys have that homework, and with no class tomorrow, you have time to work on it. So I can't wait to see that in the hub and the Facebook group over the weekend. Okay, guys? All right. I'll see you guys Monday. Bye.